Hi everybody, and welcome back to Mommy and Me Reviews with me, Janae,
Mona.
and Mona, that's my mom. So, we are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 14. We are up to episode 6? I think it's 6.
Okay.
We're up to episode 6, and it has been a doozy.
A doozy.
But I am enjoying it, I will say. I'm enjoying it more than last season. So before we get into it, before we get started, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below. And let us know what you're thinking about this season so far. So, let's get into it. Who are we going to start
We can't start with Chris and Alyssa.
We can't.
We gotta save that for last. Let's do Owen and Katina.
Okay, let's do Owen and Katina. So this episode, we find Owen and Katina. They're still on their honeymoon. And today's like we do a cute couple activity day. That's kind of what all the couples did.
Yes.
So for their cute couple activity, they chose horseback riding. I assume that he chose horseback riding and not her.
Because he wanted to do something he's never done.
And that's something like said. Out of the box. Which,
right.
Let me tell you something.
We're on our honeymoon. This is the way it should be. We should do stuff like this. And I agreed.
You agreed?
I agreed that they should have did something out of the box like that. But, of course, she was uncomfortable.
You know how I feel about horses.
Now.
I got horse PTSD because I got thrown off a horse with my child.
It was horrible.
Twice. This happened 2 times on 2 separate occasions in 2 separate places with 2 separate horses. I don't rock with horses.
2 separate places?
At the birthday party, the horse threw Kari off and I had to catch her in midair.
Was I there?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I don't do horses. Okay? So listening to her, I'm like, yeah, she right. And he's like, oh, the horse is trained. They wouldn't do that. Sir, you don't have no control over these animals. These animals don't even like us.
He's like, oh, no, he's not going to do that.
You don't know what he's going to do.
Why not?
Because they did it. And we almost died. So, I was watching this traumatized, like, girl, don't listen to him. He's trying to kill you.
Flashback.
He's trying to kill you, girl. Don't listen to him. But enough with my personal trauma.
Feelings aside.
She was scared. And you could tell that she was scared.
She was. He could have been a little more understanding.
Like more gentle.
Right. The way he says it is aggressive. I have aggressive in my notes.
I have aggressive too, but you know how I feel about the word. You know how I feel about the word aggressive. But his tone is just so do it or I'm gonna punch you. But that's aggressive.
Right. And then his explanation afterwards was still like, oh, I'm not gonna push you to do anything that I don't think you can do. Sir, you're not understanding me. You're not listening.
I said I don't want.
Right. He could have handled that totally different. In which he did afterwards when they were in the couple, what we just said.
Yeah, when they were talking to Mike and best friend, the way he explained it made sense.
That made sense.
And I was like, but keep that in mind the next time. Because what happens is because he kind of said that same thing the last time. He waits until after. I think what he does is something happens.
He's like, we gonna work through it.
He analyzes it after by himself way later and be like, I kind of was tripping. All right. Right. So hopefully he learns and takes that to their next thing they run into.
He said he was gonna try to check that, put that in check.
Yeah,
he did say that. I don't think he will, but I don't think so.
He's growing on me.
He is growing on me just a teensy bit.
I don't know what happened.
But I think he's still gonna show his true colors when they get in there and get to the nitty gritty
in the house.
Yes.
He's growing on me. I think that if they would have given him anybody else but Katina, it wouldn't have worked. As much as I hate her responses to him, because I feel like she lets him get away with a lot and she doesn't stand her ground, I almost think he responds very well to her.
Right, because she doesn't react. Right. I get that.
Because I think if it was me, we probably would have got into it a little bit more because I would have been like, first
they
of all,
would
stop
be
talking
going
like that. And
they would be going back and forth. Right.
And she does, it feels like she doesn't engage.
Right.
She just kind of
I like that she doesn't, but she does tell him what she's feeling after
She does.
the fact.
Yeah.
And he takes it after the fact.
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get that now.
It makes me mad because I want her to be like, but because she was, and I know she has the potential to be rah-rah because she was real rah-rah about the Lindsay and Mark thing.
Absolutely.
Well, the Lindsay
She was
thing.
ready. She was ready.
Right. So I'm like, I know she has the potential to be rah-rah, so I can tell that she's being gentle with him.
She is.
And I just be wanting him to be gentle with her, and he don't care about none of that because he's trying to make him a strong ox wife. He want her to be an ox.
It's his personality is just on, just
Go. You gotta go hard. If you don't go hard, you're not gonna get it.
We got our honeymoon. Let's go skydiving. Let's go do.
And I'm adventurous, so I get it. Like, cause that would
feels
be
like
me.
he needs his wife to do this,
And that would be me. I would be like, we're in Puerto Rico. Like, let's do something fun. Let's do something we can't do in New York. Let's do this, but like not horseback riding. No, I'm not. I'm never going horseback riding again.
What was the It was the dancing. Remember the other couple?
Brianna.
Yes.
And
her husband.
Right.
Yeah. Right. The way
The
he
salsa
shut
dancing.
down, that was not so.
Because this is stupid.
And his tight little shirt.
I love him. I followed him on Instagram.
I do. He was good. But yes, I'm glad she's not responding to him like that.
I feel like.
And Brianna was doing the same, like, I want to do new and different things, and I'm so glad I have a husband to do it with, so I want to try new things. And he was like, no, not this. Not this.
I think she's doing a good job as a wife. Like, I think she's being a great wife. I'm interested to see what it'll look like when they get up into this apartment, because he keeps talking about this cooking, and she about to shut it down. So I already told you I'm not cooking you meals every day.
Grab you a menu out the drawer and let's order something.
No, she gonna be in there cooking every day because
we'll cook together. I feel like she'll say that,
and he gonna be like, nah, it's for girls.
Oh yes, he's gonna say that. He's gonna say it's for girls. Women. That's women stuff. That's women stuff.
You belong in the kitchen. I'm gonna go to the gym.
Oh, right. I'll be at the gym. He forego the gym that morning so they can wake up together.
And she looked like, and he's here with his sweaty body on me, and I don't want it.
No,
she looks happy. I'm just kidding.
She did.
All right, so our next couple, Steve and Noy, we find them again on the honeymoon. They picked the rainforest, which they're in Puerto Rico, so I'm assuming they went to El Unique. That's where we went when we went to Puerto Rico. To go swim in a pond, in a waterfall.
Yeah, the waterfall.
That was their cute couple date that they chose.
They were so cute.
They are
so cute. They are so cute.
They're super cute. I love that Steve was so patient with. Steve was what I wanted Elijah Wan to be.
Right.
He was
something
like,
new. He knows
girl,
that she doesn't.
if you don't get your behind down this mountain, like, come on. But he was very nice about it, and he said, "Oh, it's okay." And then he was a confessional and was like, "Oh, she don't want to do nothing. She's so scared." No, it wasn't that dramatic. He just said, like, I really
appreciated her being trusting when she first got in the water.
No, he said he was annoyed that she was acting so scary about going down into the how they had to like climb down the thing.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm happy that she's willing to try it or whatever. And then he tried to teach her how to float, and that was really cute. And so he got bit by a fish. Which I was like, y'all might want to get out. Y'all didn't want to get out. Like, after I get bit by a fish, now we done swimming.
It didn't hurt. It was fine.
And he sounded like it hurt it. He was like, ow, it's biting my toe. About to drop Noy in the water.
She was like, oh, we done now.
Yeah, but
we ain't never going back outside.
She did it again though. So it looked like it worked.
They looked like they were just really having fun.
I love Steve.
I do.
Did he say bited? He said bited.
Did he?
He did. He said it bited me.
I missed it.
I looked at my TV like my TV betrayed me. Wait a minute. You said bited?
We want that back.
The waterfall was really pretty.
Yes.
And they were super cute. Like,
oh, they're cute.
Right. They're cute. They're unproblematic.
Right.
And they just go with the flow.
Right. Now, it's
she is a little giggly for me, though. I don't really like that, but
I think she'll get past that. It's first time giggly, cutesy stuff. She'll get over that.
I hope so.
So, okay, we can save their conversation at the dinner.
Just put the dinner with Alyssa and Chris, because that's what it was about.
All right. Save it.
That was really all I had on them. Like, they didn't really have anything. Right. They were cute. You know, Lifetime don't like to put the couples that's not fighting majority of the episode. Absolutely and they're unproblematic. So
they are.
Like, they literally don't have any issues yet because the money thing hasn't come up. That money thing is a bigger issue than Noy's trying to say. But I think that's going to come up in the next episode.
Right.
Like, the preview. And she's like,
right.
I can't still have any money. Ma'am, you should have been saying that at the wedding when he told you he didn't have no job. But I digress.
But she didn't know that prior to the wedding.
But she knew at the wedding. And she was like, it's okay. He's employable.
Well, she had to say that.
Let's go to our next couple. Best friend and Michael. Best friend is Jasmina, if you have not been watching it. But she's about to get demoted from best friend. So, again, we find them on their honeymoon still. And for their cute couple experience, they
did a waterfall.
Also went to a waterfall. If you've ever been to Puerto Rico, that's like kind of their thing. They have a big old giant rainforest and there's a bunch of waterfalls. Like, it's their thing. So, it makes sense that more than one person went to a waterfall. They went to a waterfall and yeah. What did you think?
She seems annoyed all the time.
About, you know what it is?
I want her to just let it go.
She either have RBF or she's really mad about something and just
what
for nothing.
RBF?
Resting B face.
Oh, okay.
Because she always kind of just looks like
she's always
over it.
Thinking, right.
Yeah. And like she kind of gives me the face of like what Alyssa be saying, like, look at him just moving his fingers. Like, that's how her face looks about Michael sometimes.
And I feel like Mike is trying. He's doing everything in his power. He's like, I don't know what to do. The last time I seen her smile was
the smile of the wedding. Right. And you know he's an overthinker, so he's probably in his head like,
what am I doing? Exactly. She's not trying. She's not giving an inch. Until he's making her like laugh or try to make her laugh or something.
Yeah, and she's like, you know, I'm really trying not to let it affect me, because she said that something was bothering her, or she didn't say something was bothering her, but she said like she wasn't feeling it and she was trying not to let it affect her. Ma'am, it is affecting you because every time you are on camera, you look angry.
Right, and they made it a point to show that clip of what she said 2 episodes ago about how he talked
and I'm
to her.
done. Yeah, he was being disrespectful.
Right. I'm like, okay, shady producer.
Always. You know they gotta do the jump cut. Like, remember when you said this?
Oh, I wanted them to do that while Alyssa was talking, but okay. But okay.
And what makes it so bad is like I like them together. I think they would be a good couple together. I think they're both so headstrong and they just want to win. And once they get out of that I just want to win thing, I think it'll be smooth sailing.
Right.
Because they, like, even when they were talking to Elijah and Katina, they asked the question and Mike started to answer it and then she had to also answer it. Like, unnecessary. You don't have to win. Like, why are y'all fighting to win?
Right.
Like, I don't remember what the question was, but it was about their communication. And Mike was like, you know, I just think we're both strong, and I'll say something and she'll say something, da da da. And then she's like, and I feel like I could say the same thing for you. Like,
it was a tip for whatever she said was a dig at Mike. Whatever she said.
Yeah. And it's just unnecessary.
It was.
But like, she has to win. And he does too. It's not just her. Mm-hmm. And for her, I think she has to win. And for him, I think he doesn't want her to bully him. So he's just, I gotta be the man.
Talking to be talking?
Not talking to be talking, but just like trying to be tough. Being tough guy. Like,
I think he's making sure his point gets across.
Yeah, but his point is not always necessary. Like, that's the part that...
But she always does.
Right, but y'all both can't do that. Somebody has to be the person to be like,
she's not going to give her face in her... She's never going to give.
I know.
want her to give.
But
a little.
I agree.
Right.
But what I've learned from dating and from relationships is that both people can't be the aggressor. Somebody has to be willing to give in certain situations. Some people aren't let it go people. And that's
right. I didn't think Katina was, but she's a let it go.
I didn't think
letting him.
I don't even think she's a let it go person. I think she is a let it go person for Elijah Wan, and I'm still not sure exactly why, but it works.
It works for them right now.
It does. Right now, it works.
Right.
But Jasmina either needs to be less combative,
right,
or he needs to be less combative. One of them has to be less combative, or all they are gonna do is disagree.
Right. I really needed to see that exchange. I feel because of what I see now that she took it overboard. The way she said, "Oh, he was being aggressive," and how he said it. I need to see it.
I think I need to see it. I think he bugged on her.
I don't think it was that extreme. It was she was saying.
The fact that he didn't say, "What are you talking about?" Like, I didn't even raise my voice. The fact that he was like, "Yeah, I've been told that I do that." So okay. I think he bugged on her. But I also feel like it's a new day. Keep it in the back of your mind, but you're literally letting it affect your everyday on this. Like, it seems like as soon as she allows herself to have a little bit of fun, she has to, like, remind herself, like, don't fall for it, girl. Don't have too much fun, because remember when he yelled at you? Put it on your face. Now have an attitude.
Right.
It's like she has fun. Like, even when they were on the balcony and she's like, ah. And then, like, I was annoyed when she was annoyed about him trying to write their initials on the rock. Like, she was like, I guess that can be a J.
Like, come on.
Man, I got a stick. Like, I'm not Picasso out here. I'm trying to draw our names on a rock. Now you just ruined a perfectly good rock.
Oh my God. Like, let it go.
And I'm glad he was able to just be like,
let it go. Right.
Even though he's very sensitive. So I feel like you hurt his feelings. He was trying to draw you a picture on a rock. And he just told his random...
He's going to get tired of it. He's going to get tired of it.
His random sad story.
Right.
Which was like, sir, we are in paradise.
He got bullied. He was like, I'm pulling at straws here. I'm trying to get her to think about me in a different light. I was bullied.
It just seemed so like...
It was out of the blue.
Yeah. It was so like... Okay. Like, I want to care about this, but it just doesn't fit like what we're doing. Like, we're swimming. Like, I just don't. And she had to do the black girl, I don't get in water thing. Like, come on. Oh, I said represent, that. girl. Represent.
That. I know. Get your hair wet. You got good hair.
No, you don't got to go good hair. Not good hair, because ain't no such thing.
Right.
But she do look like she got the hair that can get wet and bounce back. I really didn't have anything else on them. I hope that she's able to get out of her own way.
Yes.
To open up to potential love. And I hope that he's able to also get out of his own way. I said this in the first episode that we had. I think they both needed individual therapy before doing this. Mm-hmm. And it's becoming clearer to me that they both need individual therapy. Because I just think they have like really deep ingrained things about them that are rooted in trauma.
And their communication styles. Right.
Yeah. It just feels like this is going to be a reoccurring theme if somebody doesn't step in. Hopefully when they talk to the experts, you know how they do like the little talk with the experts and stuff, hopefully they'll explore that and kind of just see where that's coming from and maybe have some talks and some conversations. Maybe with the mediator, with the moderator, the kind of
person to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I don't like because you said it, but if you say it, it sounds a little better. Right.
And maybe they'll both be a little less defensive if it's coming from another person, and then they're able to have that talk. Because I do think, low key, I think the experts did a good job this time matching people.
I'm turning my view to that now. I didn't.
You want to be me so bad. I do. I think that they did a really good job this time. And if it doesn't work, it feels like the people more than the matches.
Yes.
This time. Okay, so our next couple, Lindsay and Mock the Shock. Mock the Shock. So they made up. Oh, before we start, Lindsay and Mark are also on their honeymoon.
Last
For
day
their
of
cute
honeymoon.
couple adventure, they picked... what did they do?
What did they do?
I know they got couples massages, but I don't think that was
that was it.
Was that on the
I think that
going?
was it.
I thought they had to go somewhere.
I think that was
yeah.
it. I think that was it.
Maybe they got a couple massages. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
they got a couple massages.
That's where we find them this episode. In their honeymoon. This is like post fight. Like they had fought the day before this episode started.
Right.
Got into a big blow up because Mark was tripping. So this episode, they made up. They had a conversation about what had happened the night before.
Which I think they do that good.
They had so really good conversation.
They did good communication. I put that.
Yeah. They had a conversation about religion, which can always go left.
I so put that in here. I so love what Lindsay said.
Yeah. She's like, I was raised this way. I like a lot of the traditions that are there. Right. I would like for our children to have those traditions. Once they get old enough, and if they say, this is not for me and I don't want to do this, I'm okay with that.
Loved it. I loved everything she said.
And Mark said,
that's right.
Yeah.
No problem. Exactly.
Yeah. I like it. But they do a really good job communicating with each other, and even their tough conversations don't seem like tough conversations. The one bad conversation they had was so like, it wasn't one of the conversations that you would have thought sparked this whole argument. He just, you know what it is? I think Lindsay has to lead the conversations for them to be good ones. Because he all over them. He didn't have like a game plan.
He didn't.
And so that's why it didn't go well. But they do a really good job navigating topics that one might not navigate well. Right. But
I did not feel like Lindsay was going to be that type of person that she is being now. I don't know why it didn't.
What you mean?
She seems just easygoing. She just wants to talk things through, and I love it.
I did not like her. I'm not gonna say I don't like her, but I don't get that from her.
I didn't get that from her before, but in this episode, I was like, okay, Lindsay. The conversation about his mom, I was like, ooh, that's gonna get a lot touchy.
That's not his mom.
Stepmom or his landlord?
It's his landlord.
Oh, the lady is like his mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they kept saying that, and I was like,
I know.
I thought his dead. Almost.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
that was grandma.
No, that's his mom.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, why did he say mom? So in this episode, Lindsay says, Mark, whatever his name, Mark essentially got evicted while while they were on their honeymoon. But she also said something like bed bugs. Yeah, she said that a couple times. What?
Like, I guess the apartment got infested with bed bugs
while
they were gone.
How?
I don't know. And this is something that they're going to have to handle when they get back.
And then Lindsay gonna say, well, go to your house and get all your stuff.
No,
Sir, don't bring none of that stuff to mine. We got to buy you new things. Leave your cats too, because they got bed bugs too, and none of them come to my house. She better than me.
Yeah.
Sir, you not bringing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a suitcase.
But that's my husband. That's my husband. That's what I do for my husband. He gonna get all his stuff. He don't even have to go back to that house. She was doing it just like that. That's what she was saying. Like, black girl. If she had her black girl figure out, I wasn't gonna hate. Go ahead, Lindsay. That's your husband. Tell him what's gonna happen.
She did. She said, you don't gotta have to worry about going back to that house, baby.
This is what's not gonna happen.
You can come to my house. You gonna go pick up your stuff out that place. And you gonna come to my house.
Exactly.
But I was like, oh no, don't take his stuff, girl. His stuff got bed bugs. Don't take it. Don't take it. It is hard to get rid of bed bugs. From working in foster care, I know. So leave all that. Yeah, you don't even need that stuff. You got stuff from vacation. Right. You good. Whatever you took to Puerto Rico, that's all you need in life. I don't care that it's cold in Boston. Wear your shorts. You'll be fine.
Yes, but I think they're a cool couple.
I also was wondering if they edit their conversations to make it look like she talks so much. Because even when they do have good conversations, but a lot of times it seems like she's talking, and Mark's like,
those eyes. Yeah.
like just listening. But I almost think they edited it that way.
I think they edited it that way.
To make it seem like she's the leader.
She
I also think she's the leader.
Hey,
She's a good leader.
She does.
And he seems like he needs to be led a little bit. So
right, and he had to get used to that. I like what he said. He was like,
I'm not used to doing stuff for me.
Right, she just said it.
And it was like no hesitation. She just jumped in and got it done.
Right.
And I appreciate that. Like
I do too.
Like it's not really even nothing we need to stress about or talk about. Like I have a whole place to live. So
Right. And we're on a honeymoon.
Right. And I'm about to go get a massage. You can come with me. Probably gonna answer the phone for her. And
probably not for the 50th time.
Not to go back to Michael and Jasmina, but did you see in the preview for the next episode, she gets mad because he has a female roommate. And in my mind, I'm like, I hope that's not really why she mad, because y'all don't live there no more. Y'all are literally moving into an apartment, and the thought process is after you move out of that apartment, y'all would be moving together somewhere. That female roommate is gone. It's over. Did you see? Oh, you didn't see that in the preview?
No. Oh. I'm like, I can't even wrap my head around
Anywho.
it. What? They weren't girlfriend and boyfriend, were they?
Even if they were, who cares? We married now. We're done with it.
I was married now.
Yeah, who cares?
Yes.
Sorry, Lindsay and Mark. I think that was really all I had. I was just like, that bed bug thing threw me for a loop, because when she said it the first time, she kind of skated past it, and I was like, did she say? I was like, did she say bed bug? She didn't say bed bug, and I was like, oh, maybe I just heard something. And then she started talking about the cats, so I was like, well, maybe she said something else. And then later she said bed bugs again, and I was like, oh no, she said bed bugs this time. I heard her.
She did.
Leave his stuff right where it's at. Abandon ship.
Right, run.
All right. Now y'all know this the couple everybody's talking about this season because she's crazy. So let's talk about our last and final couple, if you can call them that, Alyssa and Chris.
Please say how they opened it up. They said, oh, some of our couples are getting along great on their honeymoon, and some are having a couple of bumps in the road.
Boulders, baby.
Boulders.
No bumps.
No bumps.
Boulders.
No.
These people have not had 12 sentences between the two of them. And she hates him. And I don't know how she
doesn't want to say it.
But she hates him so much. She like despises him.
She does.
She loathes
He disgusts her.
He does. Like she said, look at him over there. Just
With
doing his little hand gesture.
They're aggressive.
They're so aggressive.
Hand gesture. All he was doing was this.
The producer was like, he's just literally moving his hands. Girl, shut up.
She's such a brat.
I stand by what I said in the last 2-3 episodes. Her family does not like her either. Her mama don't like her. And every time she quotes her mom, or every time she says something her mom said to her, it just solidifies in my mind that her mom don't like her neither. Her mom probably calling Chris. Like, please, just try a little bit longer, because we need her going.
We need her going.
Okay, so I know we jumped right into our hate, but let me put y'all where we at. Set the scene. We started the episode off for their cute couple thing. They did tennis.
Mm-hmm.
They went and played tennis
with flip-flops
on. They were forced into another outing together because obviously she didn't want to be there, and he was trying to make small talk with her, which I want him to stop talking to her.
I want you to just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. I don't care if she shows up.
Everybody keeps saying the same thing.
Stop showing up, Alyssa, because you don't want to be there.
But I'm here, and that
means nothing. You can tell by everything in your fiber in your being. They were sitting on the bench. The bench is here. She was right here on the bench. She didn't want to sit next to him. She is so disgusted.
I don't know why. She's like, he's so disrespectful, and he's so mean. And I feel like you guys...
He's an a-hole.
She's like, if you guys edit this to make me out to look like a bad person, I'm going to be so pissed. Newsflash.
Right.
No one who is a good person has to say how good of a person they are every
20 times.
Every 5 seconds. I am such a good person.
I'm not a bad person.
But I'm such a good person. And I don't know why this is happening to me.
She is really, and then I'm like, she really believes what she's saying.
She does. Because she goes, what did she say at the dinner? They all had like a couple dinner where all the couples came together and everybody was talking about their relationships and any problems that they came, what they overcame, and how good things were going.
Don't look at me.
And then everybody said, what about
you guys? Right.
And then she was like,
don't look at me.
Touching her hair. And then she said, I just feel like I just don't want it to be made like it's my fault. Like, none of this is like my fault.
It's not either of our fault.
Lindsay was me. I was Lindsay. Lindsay said.
Lindsay was cracking up.
She kept making it.
She wanted to. Right.
How is not your fault? Ma'am, it is your fault. Katina and Elijah was like,
girl.
Jasmina was like,
yeah.
I can't imagine that she didn't feel that at the table, because what she proposed, so they had a conversation about what they're going to do when they leave.
Right.
They had a conversation about the apartment. When they leave Puerto Rico, the expectation is that the couple then go move into their apartment together.
And it's all in a building and everybody's in the same building. Right.
Her proposal, before she even made a proposal, they had a conversation while they were playing tennis. And she said,
the bench.
Right.
Yes.
And she said, I don't know what we're going to do yet. And Chris said, well, the expectation is that we move into the apartment together.
Right.
If you're not comfortable with that, I understand.
Right. But, so, if you want to move in, you can.
And she had the audacity.
Tears.
The audacity to say, I feel like you made the decision without me, and why is it fair that you get to have...
I'm going to have to stop the voice.
That's her voice. Why is it fair that you get to have an apartment and I don't? So basically she was saying, like, why is it fair that you get to be in the apartment and have the experience of living with your friends and I don't? And I don't understand why the answer was not clear.
Right.
It's fair because I am willing to live in the apartment with you. You are unwilling to live in the apartment with me.
Right.
Ergo, you don't live here.
She kept making it about, then she has to run off, walk off. I'm going to walk away from this conversation because it always goes left and blah, 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 blah. Like, it goes left because you don't have an answer.
And because you're not making sense.
You're not.
And he's asking you straight up questions.
Right.
You're refusing to answer. And you don't have an actual answer. And that's why you're not answering.
That is exactly why you're not answering.
I wrote down, stop calling her your wife. Stop calling her that. Let it go, bro. L-I-G.
Let it go. That's what I said too.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
And then she kept saying, I'm trying. What part of trying? What part are you trying? You're not a good person.
You barely do the activities, half do the activities.
Right.
And they can see it all over your face. You really don't want to be there. So why even
what part
do
of that
it?
is trying?
I don't care if you show up. Don't show up if you're going to act like that.
I literally don't care if you show up.
Right.
And then she was like, well, I had the opportunity to go home yesterday. Why didn't you
go?
You should have went home. So I think what actually ended up happening where they was like, listen, like, you're go home.
Right.
Like, you go home.
Right. And then they made it, who said it? It was Elijah Wan.
He said, because it's 30 degrees in Boston. And you go 90 degrees Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere.
But I think the producers probably were like,
they're
honestly, we're not even getting no footage of y'all because y'all don't speak unless we force y'all to be in the same place.
Right.
So just go home. Like, you can go.
Right.
But if you go, just know you are stepping away from this process and you are telling us that you're not doing this anymore. And that's the part that I think she doesn't want.
Why doesn't she want to say? And she can be off camera and still say that. And
no,
then
she wants to be a part of the process. She don't want to be married to Chris.
She wants to be part of the experience and not the process.
What
I like
I
when Chris
down?
said that. I
wrote down, you feel robbed because you're not experiencing what everybody else is experiencing.
Because you're
not trying.
Exactly.
No one robbed you. This is like typical Karen behavior. I got robbed. When really you misplaced your wallet. Like, nobody is robbing you. You are doing this to yourself. This is self-sabotage.
So
like, what are we talking about?
Happy when he spoke up and said, well, I'm going to be in the apartment.
He said,
yeah,
you look like
you have to figure out what to do.
make.
Yeah. I love that. You got to make up your mind.
And I know in his mind, he was like, what? Like, what? Your proposal is that...
Are we at the dinner? Are we at the dinner yet?
No, not yet. But I know even at tennis, he was like, what do you mean it's not fair for me to move? What? Why? Why would that be unfair? Because what else could it possibly be?
Right.
But guess what else it could possibly be?
Her proposal, her strategy,
as Chris said, was for him to live in the apartment for half the time. Yeah. And then he moved out so that she can come move into the apartment for the other half of the time.
No. Chris said, what I'm not going to do is that. Yes, Chris.
He said,
yes.
Well, that's one strategy.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about the conversation she had with the girls and how she blatantly lied to them.
I missed a lot of that conversation, so
she just flat out lied to Katina and Jasmina. Jasmina was quiet the whole time of the conversation. Katina said everything that was in and on my heart. I loved her when she said that.
What did she say?
She said, you know what? And that was just what his guys and his friends said. Oh, I think you're just taking that for face value, and you really should have just had a conversation with him afterwards, and it doesn't seem like that's what you did. Don't get me wrong. And she was just trying to spare her feelings. She was like, yeah, you should have just took that and put it in your back pocket and kept it and just be like, oh, if that does come up, oh, they were right. Yeah, she lied and said, well, we did have several conversations.
Y'all did not.
They did.
I can't imagine that they just don't record y'all conversations because she has been asking a lot. Oh, can we talk off camera? So unless these were off camera conversations, and I think that's why Chris was like, no, I need her to say it on camera,
right?
Because I think what she does is she has these conversations with him off camera and then gets on camera and act crazy. Also, she was gaslighting me because I was watching the episode, and as I'm watching, I'm like, well, maybe he is a bad guy. Like, maybe she's right, and maybe he's a bad guy.
She's saying that she is not the bad guy. She absolutely believes everything.
Because I'm like, ain't no way she's going this hard about how disrespectful he is, how terrible a person. Ain't no way. From what we've seen, ain't no way she's going that hard.
She just doesn't want it to be her fault.
It is.
To have my parents and my family
they don't like you either.
To go through this. Why would I do this if I'm not here? You're not here.
You're not.
You're not.
And then she wants this to be like a slumber party.
I'm not here.
And this is not a slumber. And Chris said it perfectly. Yes. He said,
y'all and all.
Love you all.
Not here for you.
I'm not here for y'all. Exactly. I came here to meet my wife. Right. And honestly, we went through a bunch of nonsense in the beginning, but I was fine with that. If we're taking it super slow, I'm also fine with that because my plan was forever.
Right.
So I can wait as long as I need to wait. Sir, don't wait no more. Let her go. I don't agree with that.
In or out. Right.
And then I was upset that Jasmina so we're at the dinner. Now they had this whole couples dinner. Alyssa and Chris's issues come up at the couples dinner. Yes. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
She starts lying, talking about how they never talked about the apartment. You're lying because I did. Remember they played it. We just watched it like probably 25 minutes ago. So you're lying. Yeah, I had a conversation about the apartment, but he ended up asking her like, okay, listen, yes or no? If you're even 1% still in this, if you're 1% interested, I'm all in. I'm here.
Katina and
Jasmine should have both not said nothing because that was the bridge that she needed to be like, I am not comfortable talking about this as a hater. Okay. And now she's like, she's not talking about it anymore.
To talk to you after and explain to you exactly what she means, and she'll give you answers to all your
No,
questions.
I think she did say that. I think she probably told them that.
Yeah. I'm saying, but she didn't do it after he sat down with her. She walked
Right, but
away
they didn't lie.
Oh, not lied. Whatever. Right. She told him whatever.
I just think if they wouldn't have said anything, she would have been in more hot water. Because soon as they said, well, she's already expressed that she's not comfortable talking in front of everybody. Soon as they said that,
she was on it.
Jumped on it.
Yeah.
And now that's her. Well, I've stated clearly that I'm not going to talk about that. Well, I think I've made it very clear to you and everyone at the table that I'm not comfortable talking about that. No. They just told you that you weren't comfortable talking about that in front of everybody. So then that's what you jumped on. Then after all of this, they sat down to try to have a conversation and she refused again. And so the producers are like, oh, she just needs a little more time. Chris, can you give her a little more time? No. I would have been like, no. I refuse. I'm not. Because y'all not about to keep playing in my face like this.
I came all the way to Puerto Rico for this.
Elijah Wan said it perfectly. He said, don't you see that man? Don't you see that man putting on his emotions, embarrassing himself at this table?
Like, my heart dropped up. I picked it back up, put it back. Okay.
Elijah Wan was pissed.
Lindsay said, I call BS.
But everybody calls BS because, and then, what's his name? Earlier in the episode, Chris had sat down to talk to Mark and Lindsay.
Yes. They
was like, let it go.
Yes.
Let it go.
Yes.
And Chris said that. He said, no one in this process has told me I should hold on. Everybody's telling me I should let go, and I'm still here.
Mark said, he's stronger than anybody else that I've ever known to react like this. He said he's taking it all in stride, and he's not really reacting. He said, I couldn't be like that. Wouldn't be me.
Wouldn't be me neither, Mark.
Absolutely not.
I would. I'm telling you, Chris hit her with the Soon as she started crying, he was like, "Okay, so, we're not gonna do this crying thing. I need answers. What's up?
Yes or no?"
Like you could tell he was getting like frustrated, and of course,
I know you're frustrated, but why can't you? Just say no. You don't like him.
Because if she says no, then she's saying no to the whole process. She wants to still be involved and be around and have fun and go to Puerto Rico.
Right. And go to Puerto Rico. Right.
And do like
live in a new apartment. Live in an apartment building.
I think she's homeless. Because nobody needs an apartment that bad. If you already have somewhere to live. Also, you have friends. Like, I saw your friends. They came to, they probably don't like you neither, but they came to your little thing when you had a little dinner. Her friends was there. Why do you want to be friends with these girls people so bad?
I love them. I love
you met them 7 days ago when you met your husband. You don't know them.
Right, you don't know them.
They are not
as
your
much
best
as
friend.
You know your husband, right. Did you try to know your husband?
And what life do you think I'm about to move into this apartment for 2 weeks and then move out so you can move in? You got the wrong one. And Lifetime super producers is probably going to get her a separate apartment. They probably going to give her a separate apartment.
No, I'm not watching.
You gonna watch. I'm just so irritated because I don't understand why you hate him so much.
Every time, right.
And then in your mind, you really think you're trying.
She really does.
How?
Right. You can say if he's not attracted. That's what Katina was trying to say also. You can say that. It's okay for you to say that.
It is, because there was another season where the girl was like, I don't like his face. But they got like 2 kids now.
Yeah. Right. They're still together. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Like,
I didn't like his face.
Which is honest. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even be mad if you said that. I don't think that Chris is ugly, but from what you described, you like to Chris is totally different. You made such a big deal about the teeth thing, and honestly, you could just be like, his teeth are pointy and I don't like it. And I would be like,
I'm out.
Cool. Because you said that up front.
Right.
If I see his teeth and I don't like them, I'm out.
Right.
He got pointy teeth, guys. Like,
you grasped onto what his friends said and you held it.
And his friends didn't even say nothing that bad. They said he's condescending. Most men are. Most white men. A lot of them are condescending. It's cultural. Like, it's not. They didn't say it. They didn't say, "Oh, he beats women."
Yeah, they didn't say nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, they didn't say anything that bad. All they said was he's condescending.
Right. And you haven't had a conversation with him for him to be condescending to you.
Literally.
What is the disrespectful part she keeps saying?
Well, she thinks, because she said he was being disrespectful by continually asking her a question. And I'm like, that's not disrespect.
That's not disrespect.
You're disrespecting him by not answering him, to be honest.
Exactly.
You're way more disrespectful than he has ever been in this whole process
that we've seen. Right.
And I can't imagine that they would edit it that much. Like, editing is editing, but you can only edit
but so much
what somebody has said. If they've given you the words to edit, that means you said that at some point. You're giving them a lot to edit, ma'am.
Right, and you say so much stuff off camera, and you think it's not going to be on camera.
Ma'am, you have on a mic.
Right.
We can hear you. No, even if you walk over there behind the bush, we can still hear you. And then they tell us exactly what you're saying. Just in case it's muffled a little bit,
look at his hands.
We can just read it.
Look at his little hands. They're aggressive.
I was just like,
what did she say? I said, what? And then they cue, look at, well, he's doing it just.
And he was just like,
right.
Like passing time.
Yeah.
I never hated a TV person as much as I hate her. Even Chris. Chris was a jerk. But Chris knew he was a jerk. He never was like, what? I'm so nice to Paige. Are you crazy? He was just like, I mean, I was being honest, and I don't really like the way she looked, and I'm kind of annoyed that y'all would even give me an ugly girl. On camera said it.
He did say that.
Alyssa is like baffled
puzzle
by
face.
the idea that
faces.
anyone could ever think she would be a bad person.
Right.
How?
Right. I don't want to talk about her anymore. I'm done with Alyssa.
She drove me insane this episode. I'm just like, yo, I really don't like her. I don't like her. And I hope this show has a cult following. She's never gonna do anything after this. That's it. And I feel like the first episode when they were talking about their job, I feel like she's in social media marketing, something like that.
Oh, I feel like that too.
Yeah, it's over for you, bro.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, this show has such a cult following. Like, it's over for you. And you're not gonna explain this away on editing. I don't care what you say. You're not going to be like, oh, they just edited it that way, and I'm such a good person.
And that would be when they would show every single whatever she said ever in Everdom. And
probably go call her mom. Because her mom do not like her, y'all. I promise you. I have nothing else. I watched this show. I was exhausted after this episode because they saved their nonsense for last. So I was exhausted.
They're exhausting. She is.
And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Also, I will be here next Wednesday at 8 o'clock watching this because I have to, and it's amazing. But also, I hate her. Yeah, I got nothing else.
Good.
I'm good.
We never have to talk about Alyssa again. I'm good.
No, we have to talk about Alyssa.
Maybe she won't be there next.
She will. That girl not going nowhere.
Yeah,
she here for the long run. She trying to stick it out. She's gonna be at decision day. Annoying. That is all that we have for today. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. Comment below. Let us know what you thought about this episode. And yeah, that's all we got.
All right.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye.